Hi everyone, it's Stephanie. I'm going to be doing a foundation review today. It's also going to be a first impression. I haven't tried this foundation yet. I've actually been doing a 1 year of just buying drugstore foundations, but this one is not drugstore. It is brand new, so that's kind of been my work around it is if it's new, I want to try it and obviously try it out for you guys so that way you can see how it looks. And also, forgive my voice. I'm getting over a cold, so I'm hoping that won't ruin the foundation review, just because I've been wiping my nose a lot. I hope it doesn't come off of my nose too much. I'm excited to try this out, so if you want to know how it turns out, just keep on watching. I don't have a bottle of the foundation. I will insert a picture up here if I can figure out editing sometime in this life. If not, I'm gonna just post it next clip. I'm trying out the Tarte Foundcealer Multitasking Foundation. It has SPF 20. It retails for $39. Oh my gosh, this cat is attacking me. Hey, hi Albus. Hi. This is Albus Dumbledore cat. He likes to be in here. He's a very social kitty. He likes to see what I'm doing. Huh? Yeah. Okay, hi. Anyway, so the foundation retails for $39 and it's 1 fluid ounce. It says exclusive on the Sephora app, so I'm assuming it's only exclusive to Sephora and the Tarte website, so you can't get this foundation at Ulta. I wanted to let you know if you're new to getting samples from places. I don't believe Ulta gives out samples, but Sephora does. And so that's what I like to do if Sephora carries it, is that I like to get a sample of it. And then I kind of wanted to go over what the foundation is. So based off of the Sephora app is a vegan makeup and skincare hybrid that's an everyday foundation for achieving an ultra comfy, natural radiant finish and custom coverage. It does list on the website that it's a medium coverage. If it's custom, it might be buildable to full, so we'll find that out today. Also, let's see the highlighted ingredients, which is going to be beneficial to your skin. It's going to be babusa, sunflower seed, and hyaluronic acid, which all those ingredients kind of more nourish, moisturize, hydrate, regenerate and condition the skin. And then it's also free of parabens, formaldehydes, phthalates, mineral oil, and triclosan. And then it's also vegan, cruelty-free, and gluten-free. I'm going to put on this side with a beauty sponge. I use the Morphe sponge. Mine's dirty right now. And then on this side, I'm going to be using a brush to apply it. And I use the It Cosmetics Love is the Foundation brush. That brush is limited edition. It is one of my favorite foundation brushes. It only comes out in October for breast cancer awareness. Alright, and then I also decided to look up shade range. So there's 30 different shades. I'm only mentioning that because when I went in and I asked them to swatch and see what would be my best color, I got porcelain beige, which is actually the lightest shade, and she was like, it might be too light. And then the next one up was too yellow. So even for a 30 odd shade range for me, with being very fair, it still wasn't the best range. Just so you're aware of that. On Tarte's Instagram that this is supposed to reduce the appearance of fine lines, which is great because I do have some fine lines in my forehead, and then on my chin here I have a really big crease in my chin, and so throughout the day this part will crease up, or foundation will build up there. But those are my two main problem areas, besides the occasional wiping my nose. So I'm like I said, I'm gonna dot on this side, and I'm gonna use a damp beauty sponge to blend this out. We'll see. This might be too much. It did say it was a medium coverage, so we'll see if we can build this up. I also forgot to mention too that I did prime my face. I used the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Primer. It's my favorite hydrating primer. I have freckles, in case you didn't know, and I do have a little bit of redness, and so I feel just kind of looking up close, I definitely see the radiant finish. It does give me a little glowy look, so it's not matte. I don't really see the redness, so that's pretty good. But yeah, I'm gonna just try and like add a little bit more just to see if it will cover any more freckles. So I mean, just looking in the mirror, I do have like a lot of freckles like right here, and that's always just been a spot where I can't really get like a ton of like coverage, but it doesn't look like it cakes up when you add more. I want to see if like right here isn't blending out very well, but I do feel like the shade isn't actually that bad. I thought it was gonna be too light. You can see like the difference, but it does match my neck pretty well. So now I'm gonna go in with my brush. You can see that I have a little blemish there, see how well that covers up. Okay, so I can't really tell too much of a difference between using a sponge and using a brush. I know that sponges tend to like kind of shear out the product, where brushes tend to like make it a little bit more full coverage. So that's completely like up to you. I'm just checking here because I do have a little bit of like texture on my forehead as well. So I wanted to see if that really like enhances it at all, but I don't think it does. And then that blemish, it did cover like, I feel like it covered a lot of the redness. All foundations are different for obviously different skin types. That's why there's like a million foundations out there. It also depends on the base that you use. So like a primer, if you use one or you don't use one. It also depends on how you apply it. If you use like your hands or use a sponge, or if you use a brush. I'm gonna try and build this up on this side one more time. I do, and decide if it's more glowy or not, but I feel like it's probably about the same. I do feel like it's kind of come off a little bit on my chin, which is weird. So I'm gonna apply a little bit more to my chin. Okay, I actually can tell a difference. Using a brush, it's definitely like more coverage. I don't know if you guys can tell or not. It's more coverage on this side. It's a little bit like lighter. And like see the true color of the foundation more on this side compared to this side where it's gonna be a little bit more sheared out. So totally up to you on like the preference of your coverage. I like a medium to full, so it's not that big of a deal to me. Also gonna take like a picture because a lot of times with SPF makeup, it can cause flashback in pictures. So I'm going to test that for you as well. Alright, and I also want to see how this foundation sits with like other makeup on top of it, so I'm gonna hop off of the camera real quick and come back with all of it on. Here's the rest of my face makeup on. I'm gonna be back for Taylor Tuesday with my eyes done, and you'll probably see it later because I'll be doing like check-ins to show you like how the foundation's wearing throughout the day. Keep in mind that I have a little cold that I'm getting over, so hopefully it won't go away too much from my nose, since I'll be like kind of wiping my nose. But yeah, I'm like just trying to looking to see, and I really like, I like this color a lot. I'm like, you guys can tell me if you feel like it's a good match. I'm actually really shocked that I like this foundation because I have another Tarte foundation and I don't like it as much. I won't say because it's a lot of people's favorites. It just didn't work for me and my skin. It was almost too much, like too cakey. But this one, I like how lightweight it feels. Actually, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing like any foundation, and I like it a lot. And I feel like the rest of my makeup went on really smooth, blended out really nice. So I have no complaints. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoy like this type of view. If you want me to do more foundation reviews, I'll probably do more drugstore as I buy them. And then yeah, subscribe if you're not already, and then also click the little bell to get a notification whenever I post a new video. I thank you all so much. Please like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. Alright, Bye guys. I also wanted to mention that right now it's about 10:30, so I will just tell you the times when I check in so you can see how it's wearing throughout the day. So I wanted to do like a quick check-in. Like, it's not talking about anything negative about the makeup, it's actually pretty positive. It mentioned that it reduced like the appearance of fine lines, and I know that with like a lot of foundations, my forehead normally is like you could totally see like the lines in it, like way worse than what it is right now. So I am pretty impressed and shocked that I like it. So I'm gonna check in maybe a couple more hours. Sorry about the clicking, I'm trying to turn, I'm at a red light. Yeah, so I'll check in a couple more hours and we'll see how it wears. Right? Okay, so I'm at a red light, so I'm gonna do a quick check-in. I'm on my way to work, and I've been wearing the foundation for about 6 hours, and I want to say it looks pretty dang good. It is kind of, you know, wearing off there around my nose, but like I've said, I've had a cold, so I've been kind of like touching my nose a lot. I had pasta before I left, so it is coming off a little bit on my chin. I mean, the usual like wear and tear of foundation. I've had to reapply my lipstick, and yeah, I think it's a really good foundation. I think it's actually something that I would consider buying and wearing like regularly. I do feel like it mentions that it's very hydrating, but I don't feel it. Like, I feel like my skin is a little bit tighter than usual. Like, when I wear like hydrating foundations, like I don't really necessarily notice when it's like gets tight, so that means that my skin's getting a little bit dry. But yeah, I have normal to dry skin, so I don't get oily throughout the day. So for me, do I notice if it's caking up around my nose? Is it picking up in places and things like that? So yeah, I think it's great. That is about it. So thanks for watching. The light's green, I gotta go.